You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
In 2008, Barack Obama spoke to our deep frustrations with the politics of broken promises and abandoned dreams.
But too many times, after the election is over and the confetti is swept away, all those promises fade from memory. And the lobbyists and special interests move in, and people turn away, disappointed as before, left to struggle on their own. Words matter. What our leaders say matter because the American people need to trust that we're saying what we mean and that we're meaning what we say. In this election, at this defining moment, change has come to America.
So, in addition to Romney's whiteboard Medicare antics, he's also out with a new attack line on the president that he's been reiterating. Let's take a listen.
His campaign and his surrogates have made wild and reckless accusations that disgrace the office of the presidency. This is what an angry and desperate presidency looks like. Mr. President, take your campaign of division and anger and hate back to Chicago.
Woo! Take it back to Chicago, that anger and hate. So when I listen to that, to me the words seem sort of loaded, but I wanted to get you all's thoughts. Tori, what did you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that really bothered me. You notice he says anger twice. He's really trying to use racial coding and access some really deep stereotypes about the angry black man. This is part of the playbook against Obama, the otherization. He's not like us. I know it's a heavy thing to say, I don't say it lightly, but this is niggerization. You are not one of us, and then you are like the scary black man who we've been trained to fear. And I know it's a heavy thing to say, I don't say it lightly, but this is niggerization. You are not one of us, and then you are like the scary black man who we've been trained to fear. And the idea of locating anger around Barack Obama just doesn't fit with who he is and who he has trained himself to be, going back to high school, training himself to be no drama Obama.
So who are they talking to then here?
Well, but they're talking to people who are trained to hate him, who want to hate him. It's a base turnout election, so this is how we can rev up the base to work against him.
Let me get this straight, just so I have this straight. In addition to calling Mitt Romney something of a racist and the whole of the base as racist, Joe Biden makes a racially charged comment.
Write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
No, Joe, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? I mean, that's so wrong in 18 different ways. They'll put you all back in chains. Okay? And don't say the chains part thing is uncomfortable. Don't do that either. And then he ended the speech, luckily, on a good note. He's in Southern Virginia and says, with your help, we can win North Carolina again. Oh, fail. Joe Biden fail.
Which you and many others on the left called divisive. Mitt Romney comes out, calls that comment divisive. But because he used the word angry, now his is the racially charged comment. Do you see how dishonest that is?
Well, you know, I didn't call anybody racist, right? Because I don't want to deal with that. It's a bit too much.
Certainly,
but I'm saying that he's working
that
with
Mitt Romney and the base will respond to this dog whistle, racially charged coding.
Absolutely.
And hate Obama, the angry black man?
I mean, the GOP has been working
with... But it's so irresponsible, Trey.
The GOP has been working with racial codes going back to Reagan and perhaps before. I mean, going back to Nixon with the war on drugs, Reagan with the welfare queens, the first Bush with the Willie Horton. I mean, this is typical Lee Atwater politics, Karl Rove politics. This is typical Republican playbook.
Again, so then the whole of the party uses this racial coding.
I mean,
he just did.
He's not saying that, but he is calling out this particular instance.
This is not a revolutionary comment. This is a constituency all-white party that rejects the black vote.
You have two white guys in Joe Biden and Mitt Romney. Joe Biden made the overtly racial comment and has a history of making bigoted remarks. Mitt Romney was responding to that comment, and yet he is the one responsible for the whole Republican history of racism in politics.
But that's not what Tori's saying.
But he's using...
No, he can speak for himself.
No, but he's using the playbook that Republicans have been using for decades now. And I was just waiting...
View.
No, this is not my view. This has been laid out by many, many scholars.
Words matter.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.